Hey guys, and welcome back to a new video. This time we'll be diving into a pickup system where you can interact with interactable items and then you pick it up. You can drop the item after you press the drop key and you can interact with another one that basically allows you to pick up a new item. So let's get started. Before we start, it's good to notice that we are using Bound Horror Framework to extend the system. So if you have your own interaction system, you can still follow along with this, but you might need to adjust based on how you've set it up. For me, I use this in an interaction component, which calls an interact actor. As you can see on my switch on, I have two interaction options, which are on the actor itself. So you can see you have inspect and default. So we're going to make a third option, which is on e_interaction method. I'm going to make a new one, and this we're going to call pickup. Then we're going to compile and save this. Now if we go to our interactable actor, we can click on it and we can say pickup. It's good to also compile the master. So our objects show again. And now you can see you have default, inspect, or pickup. So we can work now with this bin. We do need to make a new variable. We're going to have interaction actor. We're going to have a copy of it. And we're going to call this pickup actor. And core settings are going to duplicate as well into pickup settings. And I'm going to label this in a different category. So this is called pickup. And the same for this one, also called pickup. After that, we first want to check if we're holding or not. So we're going to make a new Boolean, which is called B is holding, making sure that we're not already holding something. So instead, we're going to drag out. We're going to branch this. We're going to check, are we holding something or not? If we're not holding something, we want to check if it's valid, whatever we're trying to pick up, which are going to be our interaction actor still. Then we're going to set our pickup actor, once it's valid, to our interaction actor. Then we're going to grab our pickup settings. And we're going to set this with our core settings, which we have saved since we're interacting with the object. So we're going to save them for later in case we need something to reference it for. And then also we want to set a static mesh on the character. So let me quickly compile this and save. And then on the character, we're going to add a new static mesh. This is the mesh we're going to be setting on the object. So I'm going to place it somewhere around here, just in front of the camera right here. And I'm going to call this item. And I'm going to link it to the camera boom. So it's nice attached to the camera. And we're going back to our interaction actor. And we're going to get a character ref, which in this case we have not. No, we don't have a character reference. So I'm going to do it on my begin play. So I have a reference for my character. Get player character. I'm going to call to the class as character base in this case. Then I'm going to search for the item. Or we actually don't need, we can just directly have a character reference, which is character ref. Make sure to compile and save this. Now we go back here. Now we can drag out from our character reference, search get item, not mass, just the item, it's fine. And then we're going to set static mesh. And for this, we need to break the pickup setting so we can get the static mesh from it, which in this case is static mesh. And now let's try to see what happens if we pick an object up. So if we go to the doll, for example, or we pick a smaller object, this bottle here, I'm going to do to pick up. Whenever I go here, you can now see I hold the bottle like this. But in my opinion, it's still a bit too high up. So what you can do, if most of the objects are the same, you can basically lower it. Or if you want to have a custom offset to it, what we can do, I'm going to go to our struct where we've saved our core data, which in this case is struct, and that will normally be in interaction logic. So we're going to make a third option, which is s_pickup settings. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to call this item offset. And this is a vector. We're going to give it a default value, which in this case is where it's currently set up in. So we're going to paste this. Now if we go here, we're going to add our s underscore, or this is pickup settings, s underscore pickup settings. And you can see our default variables should be here. And we can also now read it directly from here. So let's say we want to have our pickup settings. What we can do, we can say break. And we can use our relative rotation after setting it before. So we're going to have it like this. I'm going to copy this over. And we're going to set a relative rotation or location, which in this case will be this. So now we can set a other relative location to the object in case it's way bigger, or you can also use this with location, rotation, or scaling if you have a super big object that you want to downsize for the character to hold. So let's say we're going to go to our map again, and we're going to play it here. We're now inspecting. Let me quickly change it back to pickup. And now you can also see the pickup settings. So let's say we don't like the height of it. You can now say to go to like -5, and let's just see what happens. Or let me change it to 5, like a way bigger number, to see what it does. Now you can see it's way higher up. Say -20. You can now see it fits nicely in your viewport. And you can do this with any master object that you've added. So let's say we want to get the doll. We're going to set it to pickup. I'm going to interact with it. But the thing that I do notice is when I pick up, I can still have a doll in here, and I've not set my is holding. So currently when we go here, we're going to go to is holding and set it to true. And then we also want to destroy our interacted actor. So we're going to call destroy actor. Like this, and we're going to set it to true. And for now, in case we don't have it anymore, we want to drop it, what we can do, we can basically call a reset on it. So we're going to grab these two things here. We're going to set this to a empty reference, and we're going to set is holding to false, which you can call with a non-existing. We're going to put it right here. We're going to make a custom event for it. Not custom outline, custom event, which cannot be done in a function. So we're going to go here, paste, custom event, drop item, like this. And now we're going to make a new input action for this. Core inputs, we're going to duplicate from the task button, and we're going to call this drop. Go into our base class. I'm going to make the new mapping here, just drop. And I'm going to use G for the drop key. Now on my character, we go to the event graph, and then we're going to go to generic actions. I'm going to search for IA drop. Get our interaction component reference, search drop item. Now we can basically drop an item, and we cannot pick up two of the same ones. Let's test it out. We have our doll here, but I should not be able to pick up another object. If I drop it, I can now pick it back up. And this is basically everything you need to do to make a simple pickup system. If you would like to see how you can actually drop and pick up the item that you've previously got equipped, let me know down below in the comments, and see you guys in the next video.